shared. I was in Jamaica. Um, and I wish more people would be able to like see the things that I'm sharing because I think my videos are like of quality. I try to do a lot, um, as much as I can when I am doing those videos. But for some reason, it's not getting out there. I guess I'm small. I haven't popularized myself in any way, but I thought like just starting off doing something that I love would be um, enough. I guess it's not because a lot of times a lot of things are on the internet right now that people are gravitating towards, and that's usually not in the better light. Like they're gravitating to things that are not like of quality. So I guess I understand where it's coming from, but I'm still here. A lot of times I feel demotivated, like I don't want to do it anymore. But that's why I only put time into it when I travel. I'm mostly to Jamaica because for some reason those videos they tend to get a bit more views. Well, except for the last few ones that I've done. But um, I think it starts off with sharing with friends and family first, but it seems sometimes it's like you don't even have friends or family because you don't even get as much views as you could with just family alone or friends alone. So if it's like if I don't even have those people to like support me, how will I get support from strangers? Right? And I guess I wouldn't expect a lot from strangers if I can't get that from family and friends. Anyway, with that being said, this video today is about why St. Elizabeth should be at the top of the list of the next hottest location for tourism. Like, yes, it's Jamaica. Jamaica is tourism, but not really. A lot of parishes, a lot of parishes in not St. Elizabeth in Jamaica aren't um tourist friendly. It's not all parishes generate income in tourism. Um, and the government does mostly focus on certain parishes, um, like Ocho Rios or St. Anne's, um, St. James, just like Montego Bay, and Negril, which is like Hanover, Westmoreland, and that's pretty much it. And we have like what 14 parishes. Don't ask me if it's 13, but maybe you have 14 parishes. And that's three parishes that I just called that is really focused. And it's like certain areas, not all of the parishes, but certain areas where it's focused on tourism. Right? That's like three parishes out of 14. So that means our country is only generating most of its income in like most of its tourism income. That makes sense in three parishes. But I feel like St. Elizabeth can be a lot more, and so is Portland. That can be a lot more. Kingston is a different type of tourism. It might be like business, like for people who go there to do business. They travel for business, whatever business trips or whatnot. So that's a different type of tourism. But I'm talking about the one that where we generate more income in. And I think St. Elizabeth would be again a great choice to be like the next top location for investment in tourism. We have so much to offer, and a lot of people they're coming around. A lot of people who aren't from Jamaica, they don't have any ties to Jamaica. There's no background in Jamaica. You'll see them in St. Elizabeth, but it's like more towards these smaller like villas. That's what we really have in St. Elizabeth, villas. And I feel like it's one man that owns that whole thing, and that one man cannot employ as much people. So I'm not really trying to take food from his pocket. He's basically the one that's like controlling, like say Treasure Beach for instance. There's this one man who controls Treasure Beach, where he owns the villas, the restaurants that you see there. Not all of them. You have other people who have their, local businesses. But I know like bringing in bigger corporations is bad a lot of times. But at the same time, it can be damaging to our own people. It can be damaging to our own people. I know we've heard about what's happening in these hotels and stuff where people are getting paid what $5,000 a day, if it's even that much, or it's $6 a day. It can't be $6 an hour. I believe $6 an hour. And that is modern day slavery in a sense. It is modern day slavery. So I can get where we don't really want to entrust our parish in the hands of these money grabbing investors who don't really focus on where they're bringing their business. They're not investing in the places where they put their business. They're really investing in themselves and their own pockets. So I kind of get why we wouldn't want to bring in all these big investors into a parish like St. Elizabeth for them to take over and then leave us hanging like they're doing in all these other parishes with these big 5-star hotels that sometimes you have to give and take, right? Basically, give and take. A lot of these like people who are getting paid $6 an hour, it's really bad. But there's a point where like if you didn't have these big hotels, then we wouldn't have jobs, right? You wouldn't have, and it's not, these hotels, they're not helping everyone and they can't take care of the whole country, but for the people who do have jobs, like it's helping them out. Again, corporations could do better, these hotel chains can do better, but at the same time they have jobs, right? So I feel like St. Elizabeth could do well with some of these, like sandals, with one of these reuse. We could do well. The amount of jobs that we could produce in St. Elizabeth and not have our people leaving our parish to go build another one. So I'm not just talking about hotels at this point. We could, in bringing in tourism, we could be creating other jobs in other sectors at the same time. So that's what I'm saying. We need to invest in St. Elizabeth and other parishes as well. But my main focus right now is St. Elizabeth. We need to focus on that. And in bringing in like these hotel chains or not hotel resorts, it's not like we don't have things to offer in St. Elizabeth that like and in parishes surrounding that. So we would have excursions, things to do, places to go, things of interest. So we have that factor. So I want to pull on some of the few things that we have in St. Elizabeth that are of great interest and that it provides like culture and a deeper meaning in like or in our parish. So number one is Wise Falls. Wise Falls is a 7-tiered waterfall surrounded by lush gardens, and it offers natural pools for swimming and ziplining. So Wise Falls is basically like Dunn's River. Maybe Dunn's River is a lot more, like it has more yards, more grounds. But I've been to Wise Falls. I went there in 2017. And it was wonderful. I didn't get to climb the falls at that time because around that time it was like raining a lot. But it was beautiful. And you have like so many amenities and things that they offer. And they have like several different pools, like a warm water pool, a cold water pool. They have all these options. So we have Appleton Estate, and this is located in the Nassau Valley. Uh, it offers tours showing the rum making process, including cane juice tasting, and rum sampling. They do go on little tours to let you try like the whole process of how it is to make molasses because I've seen that before. I was supposed to go on that tour in 2019. I did not make it because we created a whole thing with my family to do tours and whatnot. But I didn't make it for that one. But I've been there in that area, and they do offer all of that. Then at the end of the tour and whatnot, you can make your purchase. We also have the Black River Safari, like a boat tour down Jamaica's longest navigated river, which is Black River. And you can spot crocodiles. Again, I've been on that tour about 2 times or so, and it's very interesting. So it's like a nature type of tour. You're going, so you have so many options here. You're getting so many options. But like, I've been on that tour 2 times, and it was very interesting. The tour guides, they're very like funny. They tried to make it very interesting. Pelican Bar, this is located in Parity. I mean, it might not be located in Parity, but this is the route that you take to get to Pelican Bar, which you will have to take a boat over onto or into that bar or to that bar, because it's located in the middle of the sea. So it is a rustic bar built on a sandbar in the ocean. It's reachable by boat from Black River, Treasure Beach, or Party, because that's where I did that recently. And it's ideal for swimming, drinking, and eating fresh seafood. And I went there recently. I didn't get the fish. The fish looked great, though. It looked more watering. But the food was good. What I got was chicken and fries, and it was really good, really, really good. And the vibes and the atmosphere was very nice. And you could feel all the ocean breeze just coming in. Very nice. And then you have Treasure Beach. Treasure Beach is a quiet 6-mile stretch of coral colored sand beaches, perfect for a relaxed, authentic local experience. Treasure Beach, I've been there several times. Where I'm from, we're actually about 15 or so minutes away from there. And I've been there. I've tried to go to places. I know here is where you get the chance to visit all these restaurants, and you have the villas and whatnot. But yeah, you get to visit all these different restaurants. Um, you have these nice beach houses or villas. You also have yeah, the restaurants where you can go and get breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever it may be. Popular one is Jack Sprat, because I've been there several times. There's also a local place where we've always gone. Maybe 2 times I've actually gone there to get breakfast, and it was really good. But yeah, Treasure Beach, I usually go there for the beach because it is a nice beach. I always trying to make a stop there on the beach, because that's my thing when I go to Jamaica. I need water. I need the beach. Next we have the Akumpung Village. Akumpung Village is a historic village in the hills, home to the Maroons, offering insights into local history and culture. And right here, this is like a tour that you can like get more information, more indulge into the local history, the culture, where we're coming from, the type of people that are living there, and their history and where they're coming from. And that is a good thing. Here so far, I've listed amount of options where you get to experience nature, culture, history. You're getting to a wildlife. You're getting to experience all of this. And this is in St. Elizabeth, where people don't put much emphasis on us, and we are all that. Yes, we are. We offer a lot more than just be known as the breadbasket, which that is a goal in itself, that we are seen as the breadbasket. But we offer a lot more than that, and I want us to get away from that. Where we're always seen as the breadbasket, the breadbasket, the breadbasket. We need to get away from that, because we all wanna like put it on us that we're country people and we don't know. And we have a lot of us out here living luxury life. We're not all like farmers, right? It's good to know how to plant and actually make things grow and make things come of use, where you can produce food. that's not, that's a big thing to be able to do, I know, but we're not all farmers. We don't all know how to produce food, something that's needed. We don't all know it, but again, I think we want to get away from being known as the breadbasket because it doesn't provide as much income as it should for our parish. Next thing, we have a bubbling spring bath. I do not know where this is located, but they said there's a bubbling spring mineral bath. I think this is actually off of like you're going to Holland Bamboo. So it's like right around, if people won't know, but if you're from St. Elizabeth, you may know middle quarters, and I think that's where it is. Yeah, tourist attraction in the middle quarters, but I've never been there because I'm like, I think I've passed that area before, but it didn't look like it was something to attract everyone, maybe just locals. Then we have the popular Lover's Leap. Lover's Leap is a scenic spot in Yardley Chase featuring a 1,700-foot cliff with panoramic ocean views and a legendary tragic love story. And I've made mention of this tragic love story several times. Go watch my video. I will make mention of it again. But Lover's Leap is a famous spot. I've been there recently, and I've been there time and time again before. So or maybe actually I've only been there 2 times. Look at me acting like I've been to Lover's Leap so much times. Or no, third time. But the first time I just went there to look, and I probably got like one of those very light beers because I don't drink. And the second time was on a dinner date. The third time was on a dinner date, and I loved it. Again, right now, where I feel like the government could be investing in our, and I don't know why this isn't happening, why they're not like pushing to get this built unless they want part of it, and the owner is probably saying no. So they are taking their time to fix that. After Hurricane Beryl, it's it got destroyed. They did like they fixed it, but they didn't fix the main area, the main building. They did something else on the side. And no, it's like that part, which is so much better because you get to actually look over and see the view and whatnot. It's like better in that area. So right now they have like a new setup. I don't know when they're gonna get it fixed, but again, this has been from Hurricane Beryl, which was last year. I don't know, July. When was Beryl? Last year, July? I'm not even sure. I don't remember. And then we had Hurricane Melissa again, who probably destroyed it, but they rebuilt because I was able to go there the other day to have dinner. And then we have the famous Holland Bamboo Avenue, a scenic 2-mile stretch of road lined with towering bamboo stalks, creating a tunnel-like effect. This, I have been through it when I lived in Jamaica. I used to go through that every day going to and from school, and yeah, it became just like it's a famous landmark because of the luscious bamboos just towering over the road. And a lot of times that's gotten burnt down. It has gotten the hurricane has come and like destroyed it, completely destroyed it, but for some reason, natural reason, this is how God works, it just goes back into that natural arc, the natural arc that it has, and it always comes back. But that's the good thing about bamboo, right? But we are known for that. That's their famous landmark right there. So yeah, so we have like a lot of things to do in St. Elizabeth, and then you have what hasn't been famously mentioned by people who travel there and have learned about this. You have other things to mention, like other things to offer. So this is why I believe like the government should be investing in us. I've heard before that they were actually trying to do something in St. Elizabeth. I'm not sure how true this is or how factual this is, but I've heard, and I've always thought like, I didn't know of this, but I've always had it in the back of my mind that we need to do more for St. Elizabeth. We can have more in St. Elizabeth. In White House, they have like all these gated communities built up, and they have the Sandals Resort there, and they have that one thing going for them. So why can't we get one thing? If it's one resort, that would be okay for now. That would be okay, because I'm sure you would be able to get people. Trelawney, if you can believe it, got one resort. So why can't St. Elizabeth get a resort? Again, the one man, Jakes, cannot provide for everyone. The most he can employ in his company, in like say Jack Sprat, most he can employ is probably I'm talking about the restaurant alone. The most he can probably employ is about 15 people or so. How much of St. Elizabeth is that? When we're talking about resorts, Rio, Sandals, I'm talking like 1,000, maybe 500 people can get employed here. Right? That's creating enough jobs. And then in doing that, you're creating another market for other things, so that one resort can create other markets. So you may have people on the resort, then you have people who are doing the tours, then you have people who, you know, it creates in itself, like it goes hand in hand. So I feel like we could be doing so much more for St. Elizabeth. We need it. It's needed. And I think the government should really think about this, like rethink. I know we have these greedy, money grabbing investors and rich people who think, oh, they don't need they're just doing everything for themselves, trying to get more money in their pockets. They don't really think about the people that they're employing and how they can actually benefit those people, right? But if they think they're doing good, and they're really not, they are, like, you know what I mean? Like, you might not be doing it for the right reasons, but in some sense, something good does come from it. And again, it's up to the government to really rally behind us as the people, to make sure that we get paid properly, and that to make sure that the companies, these hotel chains, when they come in, that they follow and abide by the labor laws. And I would hope we have labor laws, and I would hope that our government notices that the minimum wage in Jamaica at these resorts, or the minimum wage in Jamaica should be the same at the resorts, if it's more, right? And I can see where we may not want certain things, because I'm looking, and tourism money, Jamaica has reached 4.3 billion in 2024, and this money usually flows into foreign-owned hotel chains and imported goods. So this is where I've been mentioning and saying, okay, I know it's not good to bring in all these foreign investors, because all they do is take and break us. But at the same time, they are creating jobs, which it might not be the best of the best, because they don't get paid as much as they should. Because here we have it, like, there is foreign leakage, which means that a significant amount of revenue leaves the country due to foreign ownership of many all-inclusive resorts. So the money that we actually make in our country, it leaves. So I remember a long time ago, I came across some information saying that tourism only makes up about 6% of whatever. We get about 6% of whatever all-inclusive resorts make, and that's not much. Where tourism money in Jamaica goes, government revenue. Tourism generates substantial foreign exchange for the government, contributing to GDP and funding infrastructure projects. And then you have local employment. The sector directly employs approximately 175,000 Jamaicans, and indirectly supports another 35,000 plus jobs in sectors like transportation and hospitality. Linkages with local economy. Money circulates through local suppliers, including farmers, local artisans, furniture makers, and hospitality services. Infrastructure investment. Revenue is reinvested into tourism related infrastructure to support the growing number of visitors. So, the linkages with the local economy, I want to talk about that one point. And one thing that jumped out at me was the farmers. This they provide supply to hotels, and that is another good thing that would be for St. Elizabeth. Let's go back to the bread basket, even though I mentioned earlier that we want to get away from that, but bringing in this opportunity would be great for farmers as well. And I would hope that these hotel chains, resorts, all inclusive, would know to like get their supply from those local farmers. I would hope that they would know that's so they would, and that would be great for St. Elizabeth, because I think we do provide for other resorts in other areas. It's not a fact written down, but it's like common knowledge, like it's a given, where as farmers we're known for that. I'm pretty sure we're providing, not this, maybe not the small farmers that take their local produce and sell it to people in the market. I'm talking about like these big top farmers that have like acres and acres of like whatever you're producing. I'm talking about those people. I know that they produce for other people in other parishes. So why not get this in our parish, so that we can get more farmers doing more planting to provide more for more hotel chains or resorts. That's what we need. So it says, well, tourism is a major economic driver. Reports suggest that a substantial amount of the revenue does not stay in the local economy. So I know this. I've known this. But at the same time, the little that we can get, I'm not saying we're desperate, but the little that we can get, we'll take it. Because we understand this is how business works. So if you're going to do your business, fine, whatever. But at least we're getting something out of it. Rather than not having the opportunity at all, not having the option at all to like be able to do that. So that's my take on tourism in St. Elizabeth, and giving more effort with putting more than just villas, because I almost want to say we don't want to take away from that quaint little St. Elizabeth parish, like, because it's like the more that you take in, sometimes it's like you're taking in more problems into your parish. And St. Elizabeth has always been known to be like a laid back type of parish where we don't have much going on, but we have something. We have something to show. Need the all inclusive. Do you know how much I would put my time and effort to like make sure that I stay at all inclusive? Even though I believe it would be expensive to be, because I've seen the one at what Falmouth. I know it's like a newer upgraded type of experience, so it would probably be more, but I would bet my book on it. If it's not sandals, it's something that's more inclusive of everyone, like a Rio. That's more inclusive. Even though sandals do have family options, that it's not just always adults only or couples only or whatever. You have family options too. But I feel like something like Rio would be more on the side of like, I want to say affordability, even though I've never stayed at a Rio before, so I can't really talk on their pricing, but I would hope that it's more reasonable than a sandals. So I would lean more on the side of a Rio entering our market in St. Elizabeth. So hopefully, I wish like my videos could actually reach people, because sometimes I make sense. I'm joking. I make sense most of the time. So I make sense all the time. My points might not be as hard hitting, but there is point to what I'm saying. And I've made this video back then when I say we need to do more with St. Elizabeth. There's so much land to give, so much land to take, so much land to build on and do more with. And I've said that in videos before. And I would hope that this video could actually reach somewhere, like get to someone and make use, like just so we can have videos that are going viral all the time. You have crazy videos going viral all the time. My video could go viral as well, but I'm not gonna speak that. I probably won't even put that part in the video. But yeah, so guys, I say see you in the next video, but that most likely will be when I'm in Jamaica, because I don't usually do videos here with work and being tired all the time, and it's just not something that I can do right now, where I'm putting time and effort into videos that don't get views. But yeah,